Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy here, Kyle965. Just want to do a quick breakdown of what I just saw like in any segments of Monday Night Raw. As a whole, Raw was okay. Not as good as last week. Few highlights. The Shield are getting back together. Excuse me, for one night only at Fastlane. It'll be the Shield versus Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, and Drew McIntyre. They're saying it's the last time ever. So still kind of murky if Dean Ambrose is going to stay or leave with the company once everything's said and done. Some are saying he might stay because it's been reported he's working house shows in May. So, I mean, I don't know. Dean Ambrose probably could stay at this point, but we don't know. But the Shield back together, one not only. Um, what else? Triple H cut a good promo. Next week, Batista's going to be there in person. Um, Batista phoned it in via Instagram live feed. Uh, just classic heel Batista stuff. So can't wait to see him next week. But like I said, all in all, Rob was all right. The main thing that was exciting and was enjoyable for me was the closing ending segment. Ronda Rousey had forfeited her, well, not really forfeited, but she like laid her women's title out in the ring in front of Stephanie McMahon last week and was basically saying like reinstate Becky. So Stephanie comes out, reinstates Becky, and says basically saying that Ronda forfeited the title. So it'd be Becky versus Charlotte at Fastlane, which we knew was going to happen because I mentioned that last month. Whatever wherever Fastlane is going to be held at, whatever arena, that they leaked that out that it was going to be Becky versus Charlotte, and winner gets a title shot at WrestleMania. WWE kind of like tweaked it now, where is Becky? Well, I'll get back to this for a second. So it was going to be originally was going to be for the a vacated title. Ronda comes back saying she never vacated the title. She gave Stephanie McMahon a she gave Stephanie McMahon a week to think about things. So she said, "Okay, here's your title back. If Becky beats Charlotte, she will be inserted into the triple threat at WrestleMania. If Becky loses, you're going one on one with Charlotte. So whether Becky wins or loses, Charlotte's going to be facing Ronda for the Raw Women's title. I still really don't get it, considering Becky won the Royal Rumble, so she's earned that right to face Ronda. I don't know why she has to even still face Becky. I mean Charlotte Flair kind of makes Becky's Rumble win kind of irrelevant at this point. But yeah. So what happened was Ronda snapped. Ronda snapped, and I loved it. This was probably one of Ronda Rousey's best promos since being here on Raw on WWE. This is her best promo. Um, she turned on the fans. She turned on the fans. She said, "Look, you guys have been booing me since I won the title of the Staples Centers, and I'm sick of it." She basically said, "F your fantasies, screw the man, no, uh, screw your fantasies. Um, who gives a damn about the man or something like that, and screw the woo, because now I'm no Mr. Nice Bitch or something like that." Um, and she just snapped, and she gives Charlotte a fist to the face. Charlotte flies out the ring, or rolls out, I should say. She gets to Becky, and she just demolishes Becky Lynch. I mean, she was giving her some stiff jabs. She put her in multiple arm bars, and it was great. And just when you thought that Ronda would have stopped, she went right back at Becky again and was just annihilating Becky completely. And Raw just kind of goes off the air with Stephanie saying, like, basically pumping up WrestleMania, saying like, "Hey, whatever the ramifications may be between in the match between Charlotte and Becky at Fastlane, one thing's for sure: the Raw Women's Title match at WrestleMania is going to be must watch, and the road to WrestleMania leading up to that match is going to be must watch." And now I'm officially sold for this match. Um, for me, I was into it, but I wasn't really sold for this match. Ronda turning tonight sold it for me. Now, to me, I can kind of believe this being the main event for WrestleMania. To me, I was kind of like, women headlining WrestleMania, not necessarily for me. But now that Ronda's just done what she's done tonight, I'm buying into it. If they main event, absolutely fine with it. I thought this beatdown was great. I thought this heel turn was a long time coming because, let's be honest, fans turned on Ronda before Ronda turned on the fans. Fans were already booing Ronda, like she said tonight. They've been booing her since the Staples Center when she won the Raw title from Alexa Bliss. So this was a long time coming. Fans have been kind of fickle towards Ronda, which honestly I don't understand. Like legitimately, fans have been like turned on Ronda. I don't get it. I think Ronda has been fantastic. I think Ronda has caught on to the business in such a short period amount of time. Uh, Unlike another, former UFC athlete slash current WWE champion, Ronda has been on Raw every week consistently, wrestling and defending every pay per view. You can't complain about, her like Brock Lesnar, because to me, she's been a better champion than Brock Lesnar has been in this whole run, and Brock Lesnar's been a world champion, universal champion, far longer than she has been Raw champion. So, um, this heel turn was great. Uh, I think we've all kind of knew that would have Ronda would make a much better hated villain and heel than a babyface, but I don't think anyone thought that the heel turn would have been this soon. Now that Ronda has a heel turn, it's in my opinion, I think this reinvigorates Ronda. This gives her some momentum because Ronda has kind of, I mean, let's be honest. Ever since the inclusion of Charlotte and Becky on her momentum, Ronda's kind of been the third wheel a little bit. She kind of has been, not really so much because she's the champion. She has been a focal point of this whole feud, but Ronda really hasn't had any type of like heat or like fire, I should say, coming in to this feud. And tonight, by her turning heel and destroying Becky, it gives her some heat. I was just having like a brief argument with a guy on the Spotlight when the Spotlight gave the results for tonight's show. This guy commented and was like, "Oh, Becky's ruined. She's buried. Ronda, thanks WWE, Ronda ruined her." And I'm like, dude, Ronda did not bury Becky. I'm like, let's be honest. For the last 4 weeks, Becky Lynch has been getting the upper hand on both Ronda and Charlotte for weeks. For weeks, she's been beating up both Ronda and Charlotte with their crutches. I mean, beating them with one leg, pretty much. And no one's gotten their heat back from that. So by Ronda turning heel and beating the holy hell out of Becky tonight, Ronda was getting her heat back. Ronda was finally getting her payback that she's been beaten down by Becky for weeks. So to me, Becky is not buried at all. Because like I said, Becky's been beating down Ronda and Charlotte for weeks with a crutch. Ronda's getting her heat back by Ronda being turning heel and beating her. This gives her some heat. This gives her some momentum. And ultimately, it works out for Becky because at the end of the day, Becky is the ultimate underdog in this entire storyline. From her working her injury, from her getting screwed out of the title match at first, and having one of her other rivals be inserted and take her place, to now she not only has to face Ronda Rousey, who's the champ, but now she also has to face her longtime rival and Charlotte as well. So now she has double the work. This all works in Becky's favor, and by her getting beat down tonight, it works into her favor in being the underdog, the overwhelmed babyface that's going on in the storyline. So when Becky does win in Fastlane to get in this match, And when she does finally win the strap at WrestleMania, it will mean so much more for Becky. And I just can't believe people's reactions on the internet, from the spotlight to 434. They're just they're screaming, "Oh my gosh, she's ruined! Becky's ruined! She's buried! Oh, it's over! It's all over!" And it's like, do you not understand the philosophy of wrestling anymore? Like, how long have you been watching wrestling? For like 2 weeks? Because if you've been watching wrestling for years, this is old school booking. I mean, this Becky's going to get her win back. Becky's going to get her heat back. This right now is to feed Ronda Rousey. Give Ronda Rousey something to build towards going in WrestleMania. Charlotte has her momentum. She's Charlotte. She has her heat. Now it's time for Ronda to have hers. And Becky already has her heat because not only is she over, but she's the ultimate underdog in this whole entire situation and keeps getting screwed. So I loved it. I love the heel turn. It's definitely got me more interested seeing this feud now more than ever. I still kind of wish that it was Becky versus Charlotte. I mean, sorry, Becky versus Ronda 1-on-1, because I think really that's where most of the heat lies, is between those two. And just throwing in Charlotte just for the sake of, she's a Flair and she's, God's gift to women's professional wrestling in terms of being how, phenomenal athlete that she is. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, but Charlotte adds something, but the real beef, the real meat and potatoes to this whole feud is between Ronda and Becky Lynch, and that's where the heat lies. And I kind of wish it still was just the two of them 1-on-1, but we knew anyway a year in advance that the original plans was Charlotte versus Ronda for the title. Becky kind of threw a monkey wrench in that whole plan. So they're still sticking the course, but they might kind of tweak it a bit. Instead of giving Charlotte the belt, they'll give it to Becky. So, yeah, other than that, Raw was all right. But the ending segment, I loved it. I love the heel turn. I love the promo that Ronda gave. I love that she snapped and turned on the fans. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of this version of Ronda Rousey. I guess you could say the UFC Ronda, the cocky Ronda, the asshole Ronda. I'm looking forward to seeing this version of Ronda next week and moving forward, leading into WrestleMania. You guys let me know what you think in the comment box below. Do yourself a favor, hit that like button and subscribe, and also do yourself a favor as well and hit that notifications button as well. Let me know what you guys thought about this. Let me know your thoughts in the box below. Peace out.